I don't like the look of that. I don't know if you can see it on the horizon over there. Little black column of smoke. I don't think it's us because we're more that way. But I got a feeling that someone's combine or a baler's on fire over there. Well, morning world, and welcome to Friday 29th of July. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and sometime in the next half an hour I'm expecting something big, red and shiny to come through that gate.
You're a monster!
The truth, no, you don't have to lie to me. Don't fill your head with things and think you're free. I can smell the fear, I think you made it clear. Yeah, I could be rude, be in the mood, I could be rotten. I could be cool, might act a fool, but never forgotten. Creeping in the dark, waiting for you. Like what you see. Yeah, I feel like a monster, and I'm just here to haunt you. I'll become your nightmare, slipping in your dreams. I'm the definition of the West.
That didn't take you very long, did it?
No. How are you, alright?
Yeah, very well. And yourself?
Yeah,
nice
good.
to see you.
And you.
I don't, Phil. What have you bought me? What have you bought me?
This is the latest in the Massey loader range. It's called a 5S.
Yeah.
Massey have changed all their numbering systems slightly in the last few years, and then they've made it. They do a 5S, a 6S, 7S, and the 8S at the moment.
Yeah.
So there's, and the beauty is, guys running some of our big tractors and the small tractors, you can get different styles of cab, but you can have a 5S cab. Yeah. And it'd be exactly the same as what's on a 7S as well. So
okay.
We got some, and it's just familiarisation really when customers got multiple tractors.
Yeah.
But this one is a 5S 145.
Yeah.
Dyna 4, so he's 145 horsepower.
Okay.
Dyna 4 transmission, 40k.
So is that 145 fixed or is that boosted?
Fixed on the 5. On the
all right.
5Ss,
Okay.
yeah. What it says on the bonnet is what they do. So it's 145 horsepower, all, sort of all day long up and downhill.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I'm not so sure about this boost thing.
Yeah, different manufacturers do it in slightly different ways. Massey have always had like on the bigger tractors, their boost could be 20 horsepower. Yeah. Some other manufacturers could be up as much as 40 horsepower, but the beauty is with let's go say with these, they're just a standard straight. 145. They do 145, 135, 125, and 115. Yeah. You can get two different styles of gearbox in them. This one's got a Dyna 4, which is our most popular gearbox. In this size of tractor, so it gives you 4 gears, 4 ranges, right? All power shifts, so you can push all up through the gears without changing gear. Yeah. And they also do a Dyna 6, which is very, very popular, very common in the bigger tractors, but they do give that option in this smaller tractor, right? As well. Okay. It's got, well, like any tractor, you can have any flavour tyre, we always come with it comes with a quickie loader brackets from the factory. And then we put any style of boom on it. Yeah. This particular one is an FL 4121, so he's 4.1 metre reach, 2.1 tonne lift, Euro headstock, soft ride, service. All that comes as part of the package of the loader. Right. This one because is our demonstrator. It's got a Visio roof, so it just gives you that option when you are lifting up high in the shed or up on a high on the trailer.
I would need that if I was doing.
Yeah, so it's very popular on a loader tractor. It's quite a popular feature. Yeah. This particular tractor's got front suspension and mechanical cab suspension.
Okay. Yeah, suspension is part of my thing because half the reason I'm changing the tractor is because I'm fed up with being beaten up in the case.
Yep.
It's fine. The case is fine here. If I wasn't moving from here, I wouldn't even think about changing it. But it's the road miles.
And we all know the roads.
Yeah.
4 spools.
Yeah.
Cat 3 linkage is quite because it's at the end of the day, it's 145 horsepower tractor, so you could want it if you want to put a 5-third plough on it. He will handle it.
Yeah.
Relatively easy at all. They now come with ABS socket and power beyond fittings, and this one has actually got what they call dual hydraulic brakes on it. So there's an option of either having air and hydraulic or dual hydraulic.
So he's got a compressor on this as well, has he?
No, because they run it because it's dual hydraulic, so it doesn't need the air compressor or anything.
Oh right, okay.
And then we got an option of, well, we spec them how they are, but this one's got what I call a full light package on it.
Yeah.
Obviously a multi-drop on the loader, which is more and more common nowadays because people are dropping loaders on and off. When you get, if you get the grain right and get a bit of flat grain, you can drop the loader off as quick as you can take an implement off the back. And people, even though they have got all the suspension on the loaders, people do like to just drop the loaders off.
I don't like using if I want a loader, I'll put it on. If I don't want a loader, I'll take it off. I would do that with the old man's tractor, but kind of the only thing I do with that is a few logs and loader work, and that's it. So I leave it on that. So.
Other than that, you can have front linkage, front PTO and all on these tractors. They will handle it, not a problem.
Yeah. And then obviously the front suspension.
Front suspension, they got obviously swiveling mud guards.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
As much lock as you can.
Yeah.
This particular tractor's on 38s and 28s on the front. You can have them on 34s and 24s if you want to keep the height down. This tractor you can have. If you want to, you can have front linkage and front PTO, and we do sell a few like that.
Yeah.
Especially some of the veg boys who want to put stuff on the front, or if you want to pick up weight and.
Yeah. Well, weight's handy, and I've got my topper Teagle. I can swap over the front linkage.
Right, so push me for you one.
So in some ways, if you could have the topper in front of the wheels, it's just a tidier job, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Obviously, like all of them now.
Yeah, diesel lab blue.
Yeah. If you want to hop up in there, I'll just show you around the guts of him. So
it's quite pretty in here. Right, go on then.
Right. So you're obviously new to Massey Ferguson within reason.
Yeah.
So we've got.
My last Massey was a 3070 diner shift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair enough. The basics, obviously, this will adjust your steering wheel up and down and in and out.
Right.
So
Okay. Yeah.
This has been on a Massey's a long time, but it's obviously the shuttle forward and backwards.
Yeah.
The very unique thing to Massey is that when you're in the gear, you can also then go up and down your gears.
Oh, like a paddle shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so both in forward and reverse, which
Okay.
is a really nice feature. It's been with us a long time, and it's just
okay.
So the beauty of it then is you can keep your hand on whatever you're doing, and you can flick up and down, flick around and backwards.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
And what's come with the later tractors is originally we used to have a T-bar, but these later tractors got now what they call the multi-pad.
Right.
Just gives you a lot more features you can do with them.
Yeah.
So basically, you've got this is basically your main gear stick. So
okay.
Pulse up and down.
Yeah.
And then you've got a button to go up a range.
Okay.
And it'll tell you on the
button on the back.
That's it. That one there.
Okay.
It will tell you on the dash what gear you're in.
Yeah.
You've then got your linkage controls.
Right. Okay.
And to weight your linkage up, you just flick into the up and then back to neutral. Both lights will flash.
Yeah.
And then you can go up or down with your linkage.
Right.
And using then your depth gauge to set your linkage where you want to.
Yeah.
You've got this track's got 4 spools, so 2 manual, which and your hitch will be on this one here.
Yeah.
And then you've got 2 here, fingertip ones.
Oh, right.
You can then work as well, and then you push them right forward to float. Then other than that, you can set 2 cruise control speeds on this tractor as well.
Okay.
So you can set a working rain and then a road.
So is that like when I'm mowing up Pigeon Mead, in my case a minute, I'm having to control the revs all the time, going uphill and downhill. Yeah. So will he do that himself?
So yeah, what you can do is that one, the middle one there is your engine A revs memory setting. So you can set your revs. So you can push that button and you go straight up to say 1900, what your PTO speed is.
Yeah.
And then you can then push that button and you will then go up to say 3A or 3B, whichever gear you want it to be set in.
Okay.
It's all done through the dash, relatively straightforward. And you can also, if you want to keep your hand on this tractor on this all the time, you can then also shuttle forward and backwards.
Okay.
On this joystick. Hand throttle is fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
An auto button is then what I call puts this tractor into like pedal mode. So then you don't need to change gear. You can it'll be set on 4F in in the dash.
So
And
it's
it's
for
a bit
road
like
work.
for road work. So it'd be worth you trying that.
Yeah.
Forward drive and diff lock. Now you can have them in permanently, or you can have them in auto. In auto, it means they will cut out over a certain speed and a certain angle.
Yeah.
And then you've just got your radio settings here.
Radio.
It picks up the volume, and then also if you link your phone to it, then you will.
Okay.
You can turn your phone on and off and mute the radio.
Right. Okay.
PTO. Over this side here, you've got your 4 PTO settings, which you just push and they light up green.
540
and then
neutral. Yeah.
That one then turns the PTO on and off.
Right. So. So just press that once for
just,
eco and once for 540.
That's it. You push it. The first one,
so
it
whichever
goes.
light comes
and then
on.
it'll light up each corner, and it go to 1,000.
All right. Okay.
Your basic light list of things up here.
Yeah.
With that's your side lights and headlights there.
Okay.
And then that's all your work lights at the top.
Right.
When he goes over, I think it's like 15, 16k, the flashing lights will come on automatically anyway.
Oh, does it?
For the road.
Yeah.
And then these are your settings then for maximum height, rate of drop, and then your draft setting.
Okay.
They have got some other options you can have. This one here is obviously is on this tractor is a suspension on the back linkage.
Oh, right,
so if you had a
okay.
plough or heavy mounted implement,
Yeah.
when the linkage is right up, you can push that button and then he will
down.
suspend, a bit like the loader suspension on the
All
back.
right. Oh, that's handy. Yeah.
Other than that, then that one there's you've got an option of open centre hydraulics or closed centre hydraulics.
Yeah.
And if you have open, you can then have twin pumps, so it kicks a pump in.
Right,
This
okay.
particular one's closed centre, so you'll have 110 litres a minute on the loader
Right.
all the time.
Oh, that's
or
enough,
linkage.
yeah.
Which is some other little features. These you can rollers, which when we got the dash on, will show you. It'll change the revs and it will change the gear. So that's basically a quick way of changing your cruise control speeds.
All right.
As you're going along.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is to do with your loader.
Yeah.
So you've got
just locked
soft
it.
ride, and then if you had hydraulic locking on, you'd have that one there as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got hitch. That one there works your hitch on the back.
Yeah.
And then that one there actually works your spool on the back to spew your hitch in and out.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually the to spool.
That's
it
the
out, is it?
hydraulic one to spool
Oh, right.
it in and out. To just keep your hand close there.
Yeah.
And just behind you, you can release the hooks on that lever. Just
This little
there.
pull-up one.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, you've got your radio at the top and your air conditioning.
Yeah.
Because it's a video roof, they move it around slightly a little bit.
Yeah. I'll put it in
And that's the fuses in there.
yeah, and I just pulled the thing up, and now I don't want to go down.
Just pop him over. That's it. Give him a push. That's it.
I didn't want to push it too hard. I was like, I don't want to break it before I've even started it.
I was going to say, they've made these tractors sort of. There's a lot of information in this dash if you wanted to, and you can alter a lot of information in the dash. There's a couple of what I call really neat things in there. One is the aggression of how the tractor picks up.
Yeah.
So you can set it to really smooth, so she just nurses her way back, or you can have it quite fierce.
Yeah.
And the only other really good features with this tractor is you can pre-select your start-off gear, which I find really good. So at the moment, you set in 3C forward, which is quite a nice gear to start off. But you can have it a different gear going backwards. So the minute you flick it into reverse, you can actually have it in. You set in 3A at the moment, so it's just a little bit more steadier coming back.
Yeah.
But you can have it as much as, say, you're a hedge cutting.
Yeah.
You can have it in 2B going forward.
Yeah.
The minute you think, well, I want to just back down the field a bit quicker, then you could have it in 3B, and he will change a range just from flicking forward and backwards.
Oh.
So it's just your.
That's quite handy. I think
It's quite nice, neat.
hedge trimming thing is the only problem I'm going to have is that pillar.
Oh, right,
It's
okay.
right in my blimmin' way. But I do like having the little quarter light windows for a bit of air.
Some of the tractors have gone 4-poster cabs,
Yeah.
especially the bigger ones. But we do have a lot of guys who like the 6-poster cabs solely because you can just get that bit of air in. But
Yeah.
whether it will go that way like everybody else, it does give you one big door on the side, which is it's a big door.
It is a big door, yeah.
So-
But that's the only thing I can see the issue with that pillar is literally just
Yeah, you tend to have.
I've got to look round it. So
You
yeah.
can tilt the seat and do different things.
Yeah, yeah.
If I the key's over this side, if I just turn the key on,
Yeah.
I just turn aircon off. So this is where I was saying. So the 3C and 3C are your forward and back gears.
Yeah.
At the moment, the A is your engine revs where he's preset.
Yeah.
And then the C1 and C2 at the moment are your 2 cruise control speeds.
Right.
And then other than that, you've got fuel, temperature,
Yeah.
that blue. But I was going to say in the dash, There is loads of features, but I won't talk you through them all. But
Yeah.
it's going to say there's some real nice settings.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of the fuel gauge. I'll make sure he goes home with as much as he came with.
That's fine. He shouldn't use a lot, to be fair.
Yeah.
There's some little features which have come on these tractors. Even things like end of night, you're in the shed, especially in the winter. You turn them off. The lights will stay on for 30 seconds until you get in the shed.
All right. Okay.
Silly little features like that, which is sort of quite new to the tractor, which has been quite good.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah, he goes that way, and if you pull it, then you then can come up.
Oh,
and
okay.
down.
Oh,
So that's
I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, air seat, which does grandma air seats. In most things, to be fair.
Yeah.
Passenger seat on the side.
Yeah, that's got. So the dog's comfort is be all and end all. I've got to have somewhere that the dog can be comfortable.
So so you just pull him like that, and then he goes like that, and then he sits like that.
So I've been told I can't buy anything that the dog can't sit in comfortably. That's not allowed. So.
No, that's fair enough.
All right. Okay. Right. So there's a bit to get my head round.
There's a little bit to learn.
I think I'll have an hour without doing trailer. I'll just fiddle with it for an hour, and then before I go towing anything, it'll just be a case of.
I was going to say the one I haven't talked you through obviously is this is your loader joystick.
Yeah.
So 4-way spool for your loader joystick.
Yeah.
You can also go up and down your power shifts on this joystick, and also you can also go up and forward and backwards. You can keep your hand on it all the time. One hand
do
on
everything
zero.
from that.
Yeah, and then the top one is for your third service.
Maybe jump you did.
Yes, that's your third service. So that just you haven't got to go hold it and go side to side. You can just that's your third service.
Yeah.
You have got 2 extra function buttons. Some of these F1, F2, F3, and H4. These are sort of function buttons that you can assign in the dash.
Right.
So if you wanted to, you could have your forward drive on that button.
Right.
Or diff locks or for ink-sync or there's certain things you can assign to them buttons, which is really good, to be fair.
Yeah. I think it's a case of if I bought this tractor, I'd probably have to just come and do an hour's training properly.
Well, to be fair, we've got a guy, Rich, who's our demo driver, who moves a lot of kit for us, but he demos all the kit. And to be fair, these tractors have got more and more technical, like all of them, all the brands. So when we deliver it, we do an install. He does an install with it, especially if it's a new customer to the brand. Yeah. And then we let the guy have it for a bit, and then we come back again and do it again.
Well, it's definitely a good view for the loader.
Yeah, it's got a high vis bonnet on them.
Yeah.
So it's been on Massey a long time, right back from they did it on the 61s, but on the 54s are probably mostly known for having a drop nose bonnet.
Well, before I bought the case, I was going to have a 54, 55.
Okay.
That was, and then the case just stole me off of you at the last minute. So Bob wasn't very happy about that.
Right, the lesson we learned now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they
the last man
they bought the case and then they put some butter on it.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, that's more palatable. So so service interval on this?
600 hours.
Right. Okay.
600 hours. They have a 50 hour as the first one, and then a 600 hour intervals. But it's not the same thing on every service. So the big service on these it'd be a 1200 and a 2.4.
Right.
At 600 hour interval, and so much. They don't change axle oils on a 600 hour interval. They don't do back end oil on a 600 hour interval. They do engine. They do fuel filters. They might do a power shuttle filter, that type of thing in the back.
Okay.
But, to be fair, Massey do like a manager package.
Yeah.
So we can give you a breakdown of cost per hour.
Yeah.
For both the warranty and for the servicing.
All right.
These tractors they come with a standard 3 years, 1800 hours warranty.
Right.
But it can be extended right up to 5 years, 6,000 hours.
Okay.
Depending on the customer's use, really.
Yeah. So I would be more on the years than the hours.
Yeah. So you could go 5 years, 2,000 hours.
My case has got less than 4,000 hours on it.
Yeah.
So it's not done.
All it's got to do is marry up to the nearest service interval. So.
Okay.
And we do. Yeah, I was going to say we do a lot on the manager because people want to know a cost of ownership, so they know that that's the warranty, that's the servicing. Yeah. We know what we're paying for the tractor. All we've got to do is put diesel in it.
Exactly. I know what it's going to cost me across the board. And And I was going to say sometimes the price of the two tractors or three tractors could be similar, but the other bits all help marry it up. I was going to say some people just look at the big headline price, and other people say, well, actually, no, if it's going to cost me so much to look after. I prefer to go into the minutiae.
Yeah.
The minutiae of it. So
not a problem at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right. Bluetooth, obviously. I presume that's...
Yeah, you've got a USB there now, which is quite good.
I was going to say,
It's getting more and
two
more- Yeah.
USBs. Flip, that's generous.
So it's getting more. It's sort of type of thing that's just starting to come in these tractors now. Everybody knows they want to charge their phones up and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's quite good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think I've more or less got all of that. So I like the shuttle idea with just flicking up and down for the range, but also you can use this and that. Yeah. So, okay. How often do they go wrong?
These have been, I mean, the 54s were sort of, I want to say, fairly bomb-proof. They were really good tractors.
Yeah.
And these have just come on from them, and it's still got very similar underneath. So they have been good tractors. We do a fair few of them. And because they're creeping up in horsepower, people are doing more and more with them. So,
yeah. Well, I'm looking for something to do everything here for my haymaking, my stockman's tractor. But if I want to do a bit of tillage, or if I want to tow a grain trailer, I just want to have enough oomph.
Yeah.
To tow a 12-ton grain trailer. You know what I mean? So
that's right, and you want enough oil in the back end to tip it and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, the little case would do it,
yeah,
but it would be cruel, really. So it would be cruel to tow a 12-ton grain trailer with that and then ask it to stop as well. So, yeah.
So, no, to be fair to them, we've got on well with these 5S's.
Good.
People like them,
Yeah.
which is good.
Well, so far there's nothing here I don't like. It's just another set of stuff to learn.
That's just it. You're on a bit of a steep learning curve at the moment, and like you say, it is. It's just different, and there's a bit more in them, so compared to the old ones.
Yeah.
So.
But then people want a bit more, don't they?
People say they're getting too technical, but actually there's some. You give them the features, and they tend to use them. So it is.
Well, it's comfort. That's what I'm looking for. I want to be. If I'm going to spend a day in here. I want to get out of it without having to hit the floor and crawl to the house on my hands and knees.
No, exactly right.
So
exactly right. No, it is because then like you say, that you're in them a fair time, and it's not getting any kinder on the roads or anything like that, even across the fields, especially this weather, it's hard as nails. So. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, a lot of farmers can't afford the staff now, so if they've got to drive it themselves, they may as well have a bit of comfort, aren't they? Yeah. So I'm not saying we wouldn't make it comfortable for the staff. It's just a bit more important when we're paying for it. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Some other features which obviously were like, you'll see this on all the brands now. These what I call mirrors with the goldfish bowls. Really nice, really smart. It just gives you that corner, especially. I find it really good when you're out rain baling. You can just catch the corner of the baler and pick up. Which is quite nice. Or going through gateway, you just catch where you want to be. So these, it's part of the mother regs that come out in 2018. So it's quite nice.
Oh, it's a nice tidy machine, isn't it? So, all right. When do you want it back?
Monday.
That should be all right.
Would that be all right?
Yeah, that should be all right.
I was going to say Monday, Tuesday, but I was going to say if I'd rather you sort of have enough time to do what you want with it than us to say, we need it back tomorrow. So
I want to bring back 2 loads to the farm.
Yep.
So that's 40 miles. But give me a chance just to see what it travels like on the road. The loader, I'm presuming, is going to be pretty similar to what I had, because it's actually the same type of loader as I had on the New Holland. Very similar.
Yeah, they're all on Euro headstocks.
So the joystick, I would imagine, is roughly the same. So, okay.
Yeah, now we go. Any questions? Give us a shout.
So this I presume is a lock for the loader,
this as long as they're lit up green, it means this joystick will work.
Right.
And that one over there will lock the spools, just for safety, really. So you've just got to push the button.
Yeah.
And that'll unlock this spool here.
Right.
It's a safety feature on them.
Yeah.
But it's going to say any question. I'd rather you sort of give me a ring and say I can't do this, Phil, and I'll talk you through it. Then what I will.
Oh, I ain't going to guess. No, not when you're playing with somebody else's.
No, it's not that guess. It's just like I can't get this to work, or this is jumping around all the time. I'd rather use it. Yeah, but it's not a problem.
Yeah. It's just I don't want to admit to being thick too soon.
No.
You know. So it's a racing steering wheel, isn't it? Hey.
There's a little bit. They took. It's a styling they've done on these later ones. They call this a saber tooth, this silver bit, and they've just tried to give it a bit more styling. It is.
All right.
You can see the car side of it going into the tractors a little bit with a bit more of how they style stuff and how they started to just give a bit of trim. They put the Massey emblem in different things. They got it on the side. They got it on the lights. And things. Just to
I think one of the first things I'll do is I'll see in a minute later on if it'll go in the barn down there.
Okay. Yeah.
I had the doorway lowered.
Right.
It fits my tractor, no problem. Going to be tight on here, I reckon.
The flashing lights will come over.
Yeah, well, I'll be avoiding that. Yeah. If it's going to touch a flashing light, I won't even go in there. But it's one of those things where I've only got to move the beam up 10 inches.
Okay.
It's not a big job. It's a disc saw and a beam and yeah.
I know we've had to alter different things for different sheds for different people sometimes.
Yeah.
Or suggest them to it just because it's sort of
yeah. Of course, Richard's got that low shed roof in his place because I asked him if that machine he had would go under.
Oh yeah, I didn't know if he tried it. Or
he
not.
didn't try it because I did say I did notice he didn't have the roof sticker stuck in the cab of the new one.
Yeah.
So,
the 5711, slightly different kettle of fish to this. Is more of our what we call our global range.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It does what it says on the tin. This one's just got a little bit more features in it and benefits for the guy who's probably done a little bit more or wants a bit more comfort as well, really.
It's the road travel for me. Yeah, and our roads because they are awful.
Yeah,
they are awful. So I don't know why we pay tax sometimes. So, but, right, okay, that was me. Literally, I hadn't even paid for the barn, and I came out at 10 o'clock at night. The cattle wanted a bale, and I was feeding them at that end, and I couldn't see the dog, so I lifted the bale up looking for the dog, and collected it with a round bale. So. About 4 inches, yeah. That'll do. That was right, leaving there. Yeah, cooler, isn't it? Yeah. So a bonus, I haven't got to adjust the shed.
Yeah, well,
it goes in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a go with her. You just grab that.
How's your day been? Good to see your face. How you doing? Tell me your story. I just wanna have a conversation. I just wanna make a friend or two. I'm not trying to change your mind. All I'm trying to do is be nice. 'Cause life's so